Young voters have been credited with stopping the red wave that Republicans were hoping for in the general election last week. But as Nathan Kitchens tells us, this rising demographic cannot be ignored in the future.
The Ohio Northern Institute for Civics and Public Policy say that Gen Z voters were an unexpected force in the November 8th midterm elections. The group is categorized as being born after 1997, and according to national data, voters between 18 and 29 years old had around 27% voter turnout last week, as compared to around 20% in past elections for the same age group.
Gen Z had a huge role in kind of closing that gap that Republicans were expecting to have in taking seats in the Senate and the House. I think that since it was an off year, Republicans were expected to have this huge turnout and a huge outcome, and Gen Zs and some of the millennial voters definitely closed that gap and really turned out and voted.
Abortion and inflation were kind of the two big issues that dominated, but seeing how abortion was a very, Gen Z, millennial issue, and how that led them to shift very much predominantly Democrat, that's a very significant thing that we'll have to consider when it comes to seeing the presidential election in 2024.
These results could be a wake-up call for political parties and polling moving forward.
It's less likely that young voters will be misunderstood or even underrepresented in polling, because obviously we see that this has had a significant impact on the way that midterms actually turned out. So either just trying to anticipate that turnout better or just trying to understand those effects.
And the Ohio Northern Institute for Civics and Public Policy say that younger voters will have a bigger voice in future elections.
Since Gen Z and millennials will outnumber the older generations in the 2024 elections, that's definitely going to have an impact on the results.
Only time will tell how political parties will adapt to winning over the younger generation of voters. In Ada, I am Nathan Kitchens for your News Now.
Thanks, Nathan.